What? I'm not doing it. I'm not making the response video.
What? Why not?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm just a lobster. But the point is, you need to do that response.
Do you have any idea what I'm dealing with? VemonDumbX. And a video about the books of the Bible, but just...
Come on, you just...
Do it! Just do it!
Shut up, Shia LaBeouf. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Look, if I do the response, will you leave me alone?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, but first, intro.
He was once just an ordinary reaper until he was zapped by a Lord through the internet and all this rip-off of that famous Poe guy that's a cat from the internet. Illogical Reaper here.
I'm gonna be completely honest here. I'm not looking forward to doing this video. Mostly because of the sheer amount of stupid that oozes from it. But as long as that lobster will leave me alone, I guess I'll just have to do it, won't I? Begin.
So, you're talking with your big, fat, atheist friend who tells you,
Christians are so stupid. Your parents told you to believe in a book, and that's the only reason you believe in a book.
Wow, I have so many problems right off the bat. Well, firstly...
yes, please. Tell me more about what I believe.
Secondly, while sure there are some Christians who were atheists somehow, it seems like most Christians were raised into the faith.
what are you going to say to someone like that? You're just going to say you believe the Bible because your parents told you to? I can't say that because I wasn't raised in a Christian home.
Right. You were raised in an Islamic home. What, too soon?
Nope, I need a much better answer than that. I'd probably answer them something like this. I mean, look, let's be honest. There's a lot of books in the world. And if they're all claiming to be from God, well, how could we ever decide which one was right? I mean, how could we ever sort through it if they're all making contradictory claims to each other? They can't all be right. Maybe they're all wrong. You know what? There are a lot of books in the world, but there are very few that claim to be divine inspiration, that claim to be from God. In fact, you can count the amount of books that claim that basically on one hand. So the only question left is, what does the Bible have that these other books don't?
Before we get on with that point, I have to beg the question. Are you aware that there are more books out there that claim to be from a divine inspiration than just 4? Especially when we count hieroglyphs and scrolls.
Well, let me show you.
And it's at this point in the video that I realize nothing can be taken seriously. He's basically saying that since there are multiple books within the Bible itself, that means that the Bible is indeed correct. What are the problems with it? Well, let's start with problem number 1. There are many contradictions within the Bible itself. So this makes this claim pretty much unsaturated. And the other reason is that even if each books were agreeing with each other, there's still contradictions within the books themselves. So, as far as I can tell, stapling these books together within the Bible is, well, stupid. That's pretty much all I have to say on that matter.
What makes the Bible unique from every other book ever written, or every other book claiming to be from God, is that the Bible is not one book. The Bible is many books.
All of which hold contradictory statements and contradict each other and blah 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 blah.
The Bible is a library. This library stretches back to the earliest times, to the very first man who ever lived.
No, it doesn't, dude.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
The unity of the whole of the Bible testifies to the person of Christ.
Unity of the Bible.
Consistency of this message and the admission of skeptics that the Bible is just one book.
Well, yeah, it's one whole book. All you've been saying is that it's multiple stories held together within one book. Does that mean that all those bedtime story books are just individual books burrowed into one?
is actually a demonstration that the whole of the Bible, written by over 40 different men to whom God spoke over a period of 4,000 years, demonstrates that the true author of this collection is none other than God himself.
What could I even say to that? Is there anything that I even could say?
After all, no human being lives over 4,000 years.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Which is more likely, that multiple people over time wrote these books and then someone gathered them up all up and stapled them together, or that God wrote it all? If you pick the latter, you truly are detached from reality.
It is for this reason that we can reject those other books, because most of them claim to be from the God of the Bible, yet they were written long after the Bible, and because they contradict the Bible, and because those other books were written by one man at one time. But God would never make us trust one man.
Except for Jesus!
Instead, God has interjected himself over and over and over again.
I need to get my head out of the gutter.
Demonstrating that he is the sovereign over time, and that he has revealed himself in the Holy Bible.
Except that he hasn't, and any claim that you've made thus far is complete and utter moot. Before we end this video, I'd like to thank the Deconverted Man for helping me out with this skit at the beginning, and for making the tune to the intro you saw in this episode. And thank you all for watching this video. Bye.